Hello! Happy Wacky Wednesday! My name is Molly and I'm a librarian in the Durham County Library System. Today we are going to make Wizard's Brew. It's a fun science experiment that you can do with ingredients that you find in your house. Follow along and let's make a fun experiment. Hello friends! To make the Rainbow Wizard's Brew, you will need a few household ingredients that you will most likely be able to find in your pantry. Let's run through the list together. You will need a glass jar, vinegar, baking soda, glitter, dish soap, food coloring or liquid watercolors, and I would also recommend a tray or a cookie sheet will be able to work just as well. Let's get started with our science experiment. You're going to take your glass jar and you're going to fill up your glass jar with white vinegar. Go ahead and fill up your jar about halfway with the vinegar. Once you have filled up your jar with the vinegar, you're going to take the liquid watercolors or the food coloring and you're going to place a couple droplets in the jar. Go ahead and only use one color to start. I'm going to use blue. Once you have put the food coloring in the jar, go ahead and add some fun glitter to the jar as well. After you've added your glitter and food coloring to the jar, go ahead and put in some dish soap into the jar, just a few squeezes, and then use your spoon to stir it around. Make sure your jar is going to be on the tray for this next step. Once you've added your dish soap and stirred your brew around, we're going to go ahead and add a heaping of baking soda to the jar. Once you add the heaping of baking soda to the jar, go ahead and start stirring your brew and let's see what happens. To keep the reaction going, continue adding baking soda and vinegar to the foam as it starts to slow. If you would like for your experiment to change colors, go and add a tablespoon of vinegar to another color of your liquid watercolors or food coloring and go ahead and add it to your experiment. Make sure you add it in the center of the jar. Thank you for joining us to make the Wizard's Brew. I hope you had a lot of fun. Do make sure you have your parents help you find the ingredients in your house. Thank you so much for joining us, and this video was brought to you by Durham County Library.